The Oztent is an Australian-designed overlanding tent. We recently purchased one and we spent the last weekend in the wind, rain, and hail testing it in the mountains around where we live in Oregon. In this video, find out what we like and dislike about the Oztent and if I'd recommend it to you if you're considering picking up a ground tent. So Oztent has been around since the 1990s and the model we chose is called the RV4. After researching our options, this seemed like the best choice for us for a balance between plenty of space for 2 or even 3 people while still being lighter and more portable than the larger versions. The RV3 and the 4, which we purchased, use the same size duffel bag, but the RV4 has a little bit of extra material at the back of the tent that pushes out to give you more space. The tent is constructed of an 8-ounce ripstop poly cotton and a bathtub style PVC floor. This tent currently retails from Oztent for about $830, but I found it in a quick search as low as $747 from other online retailers. Now that's expensive for a ground tent if you're comparing it to other popular American style options, but if you're into overlanding and you're comparing this against a rooftop tent, is quite a bit more affordable than most decent-sized rooftop tents. So after our first weekend with the Oztent RV4, here are my pros and cons. Obviously, one of the biggest pros for this style of tent is it's on the ground, making it easy to go in and out throughout the day and at night. The construction seems pretty solid and bomber. The aluminum frame made it feel very stable. We staked it down all around, and even in the wind and the rain and the hail, it felt extremely solid. No problems there. It does seem like it will hold up well, and it comes with a 2-year warranty. It's roomy for 2 to 3 people and all their gear. If you have pets, everybody will be able to camp out on this thing, no problem. Although any more than 2 small children plus 2 adults, I think it would feel pretty crowded. The built-in awning is awesome. The windows and ventilation seem really thoughtful and well designed. The platform is pretty expandable. I like the idea of adding the front room annex at some point, as well as the mesh floor saver and the rain fly to protect it over the years. Setup of the basic tent is very quick as advertised. But for all but the most benign weather situations, I would stake it out fully, which does add a little bit of extra time. It's nice to have a ground tent that you can use a lot of different sleeping options with, whether that's a big inflatable air mattress like what we have, or cots even. Whatever you are most comfortable with, you can generally fit in one of these, which is really nice. I like that it keeps our overlanding rig pretty lightweight and nimble. We use our rocket box all winter long for skiing, and it's great that we can use the same box to put the tent in. You can base camp with this and take your vehicle on adventures without having to break camp, which is not true with the rooftop tent. Okay, now for some cons. It is still a ground tent, so you're going to need a fairly level spot to stake it out. And the ground has to be soft enough for those tent stakes. It's pretty long, big, and heavy. It's not a problem for us with the rocket box, but it won't fit inside all but the longest vehicles, so you're gonna have to put it on the outside somehow, either in the bed of your pickup truck or strapped on top of a roof rack. And lashing it onto a rack every day is just something else that you're gonna have to factor in. It is expensive compared to other ground tent options, although you do seem to get what you pay for. Time will really tell. Depending upon where you like to camp, there could be issues with critters because you're on the ground. Where we live in the Northwest, that's not much of a problem, but if you spend a lot of time in the desert, there are advantages to being off the ground. And then the last con, while the basic setup is pretty quick, to get all of the guy lines staked out and everything does take a little bit of extra time. So it's not going to be quite as quick as folding out a rooftop tent, but I think the advantages outweigh that one factor. So who does this tent seem to be for and who may enjoy it the most? This is a solidly well-designed and built tent. tent made by an experienced Australian company that's been around a long time and knows camping in rough environments. In America, it's a bit of a unique brand outside of the overlanding circles, and it does not look like most of everything else you'll see at your local crowded park campgrounds. And that's honestly kind of the point. It seems to be designed for those looking to get away from those crowded campgrounds, to escape into the vehicle access backcountry, and for that I think it's perfect. That's how we plan to use it, and based on our first experience with it, I have no doubt it's going to hold up great and it's going to be a great solution for travel into the backcountry for us for many years to come. I hope this quick overview of the Oztent RV4 has been helpful for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.